My name is Dorothy Lockett Holcomb, and I live in Farmville, Virginia. And I've lived here on and off most of my life, except when I went away to college. When the mid-50s, when the decision came that schools had to be integrated, Prince Edward County decided to go into this massive resistance gear that lasted for 4 years. And then they decided if we have to integrate, we are going to just not have public schools at all. So in 1959, I was 10 years old, 4th grade, and totally devastated without a school to go to. But my life before that was going to a 3-room school in my little neighborhood, which was in Prospect, Virginia. And we had, 6 grades in that one little school, 3 grades in one room and 3 in the other. We had, old dilapidated books that we used, but that was life, and we walked to school every day and we learned. We had excellent teachers. So when this decision came down and they decided in '59 that schools wouldn't open, I was really devastated because I loved school and didn't know what I was gonna do. And thankfully enough, I had parents who were very supportive, and my dad was said, no matter what, we're gonna make sure you get an education. We're gonna make sure you go to school. And so I didn't really know what he meant by that, but I found out real soon that when it was time for schools to open, we actually went to the basement of a church to be tutored. And every day when I passed by my school with padlocks on the door and all the equipment gone, and I was walking a mile to school before schools closed, and then I was walking 3 miles to a basement of a church and 3 miles home. So 10 years old is kind of hard to do, but we did it. And we went from having a desk to just church pews and tables, and we made do with what we had to do. And I did that for 2 years, thinking that schools were gonna open, but they never did. And my oldest brother was about 17, and he decided he wasn't gonna do that anymore. And so my dad figured out something else to do, and my father worked for the railroad, and he worked it was about 18 miles from our home in a little place called Pamplin, Virginia, which was in Appomattox County. And so he rented an old house there, and he would drop us off at that old house every morning. We pretended to live there so we could go to school. And it was not fit to live in. I'm testifying to that. I mean, you could see through the floors, the dirt, and you could, going upstairs, it was really creepy and creaky. And the windows were broken, and so it wasn't fit to live in, but they did a lot to try and make it look like we lived there, and put up a mailbox, and he would have to drop us off at this house, and we would hide out behind the house. And when we heard the bus coming, we would go through the back door and out the front door and pretend that we were living there, and get on the bus and go to school. I didn't understand about the color differences, and I just knew what my parents told me, and I realized years later that they were kind of sheltering me from a whole lot, and that they were saying, my dad was saying not to worry, that you treat each person as they come to you, and don't judge anybody by what they look like. He was instilling that in me, and even though he only had a 7th grade education, he knew. Even when schools opened in Prince Edward County, free schools in 63, I'm sorry, we didn't come back to Prince Edward to go to school. And the only thing my father said to me is that I'm not gonna give him a chance to do that to you again.